Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly culture. Just like every week we will talk about culture, and today's issue is Leeuwarden Cultural Capital of Europe 2018. Claudia Woolgar, responsible for city and countryside of Cultural Capital 2018, here together with us. So we will talk about the Cultural Capital of 2018. So let's start. So, welcome Claudia. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much, and thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome, and we are so happy to have you in here because we have lots of questions. You know, the cultural capital is really exciting for Netherlands, for Friesland. And actually, first I want to start, can you share with us the latest news about the cultural capital? How is it going on?
We're incredibly busy.
Yeah.
I always said to everybody that 2017 would be a lot busier than 2018 because we're doing all the preparatory work at the moment. So there's no huge stories that I can share. I can't give you any exclusives. But what I can tell you is that we're very close to a marketing deadline when all the projects have to give their marketing material. So we're beginning to get that ready for the launch of a new website in April.
I think right now we can say you're trying to finish the marketing thing. And
we're trying to wrap up marketing and go live with the new website. We're contracting, we're moving to contracts with the projects, and we're trying to finalize the program because you've got 44 weeks and 45 main projects, over 800 mean-skip projects, and we have to check the timing of everything that you don't have two big openings on the same day. So we're really busy at that level at the moment.
Can I ask, you're planning to finish them like maybe end of this year or like September, October around?
We will go public with the program, tickets on sale on the 5th of April.
Okay, that's wonderful then.
Yep.
It's very close actually.
It is, it's terrifying.
Yeah. So, and I want to actually turn into a little bit the first point. I'm really curious about what was your motivation and your team's motivation to start this job as a team. Why did you start actually?
Well, I have only been involved since March 2015. So I can talk personally about my personal motivation, or I can share with you what the motivation was for the Culturele Hoofdstad and why they set it up. It's whichever, whether you want me to be personal or whether you want me to talk.
Maybe we can start with personal one. Yeah.
Personal, because when I was living in Ireland for 12 years and then moved over here to the Netherlands, and when I looked at the program as it was in the bid book, which is the first program you have to put together, which gets sent to Brussels, and then they decide if you can win the title or not, I was astonished by the program because it is not your typical cultural program. And this leads on, and then I wanted to be involved because it was different from any other cultural event that I had worked on. And then it leads on to this question about why are we doing 2018? Why is the program different from other cultural events? Because it's about affecting a change in society. Because it's about making Friesland better. Therefore, there are clear goals that we have that we wish to achieve that are society changing. So it's not just about culture, it's about artists working within society to affect change.
So, my last question will be about it. But before that, I'm expecting you can share with us actually your goals. What do you want to achieve?
Well, the biggest one is a change in Friesland, is a better future for Friesland. Not that the past of Friesland has been bad, not at all, but you do find, as in many rural areas, that a lot of young people are leaving, businesses are leaving. Leeuwarden actually has the greatest percentage of children living under the national poverty level, which is a surprising statistic, but that's in Leeuwarden. So what we wanted to do was make Friesland and the future of Friesland better. But what we're doing it for also is we have all sorts of issues such as biodiversity, renewable energy, sustainability, how societies work together, different sections of society. We have a big, I always forget the English word for vluchteling, refugee crisis going on at the moment, which wasn't there in 2010, 2011 when the bid book was written. We have to keep the program alive with the times that we're living in. How do you affect that change? How do you welcome refugees? Friesland is the province in the Netherlands that welcomes more refugees than any other province in the Netherlands. Friesland is quite exceptional, and therefore the goals that we're trying to achieve are exceptional and not just about Friesland having a better future, but we hope it will offer a model for many European countries to copy.
I must say these are the really perfect topics. I hope that you can achieve all of those, and it's a really good thing when you're doing a job, but also when you're helping the people, when you're helping society. I'm pretty sure that it's something make the people, make the person like more comfortable about the job that she does. Um, so maybe we mentioned about the projects, right? So is it possible to share maybe a few projects? What are we going to see next year? Is it possible?
Yes, of course, of course. I mean, there's some that are known already. I think projects trying to achieve our goals through very different ways. If you look at the 11 Fountains project, which is about through the 11 cities in Friesland inviting, they have been invited, top international artists to create a fountain in each of the 11 cities. Those fountains will reflect the history and present and future of those cities in some way, so they're unique to each city. Unique design that speaks to the inhabitants and the people in the cities. What is that going to achieve? We have, whatever anybody may say over in America, we do face global warming. The Elfstedentocht, the ice skating race, hasn't happened since '97. How can you bond those 12 cities? Yeah. And the idea is if you have this fountain in each of the 11 cities, then you have a year-round Elfstedentocht. But it's also one where you're bringing in cultural tourism. You're looking at bringing people into Friesland who wouldn't normally come, but who are going to be drawn because of the top names of the artists that we have. What's the impact of cultural tourism? Yeah. It's a big spin-off to the local economy.
Yeah, of course.
But that project is also interesting because it's about Friesland being brave enough to say, yeah, okay, so we may have small little Dockham, but we're going to bring in a big top international artist. We may have Franeker, but we're going to work with one of the top French artists.
So the visitors shouldn't miss, I think, any of those things.
Absolutely not. And then I suppose one of the other ones that I'm working on at the moment is the Giants from Roll de Lux. Again, if you're looking at economic impact, that we're hoping to bring 400,000 people plus over 3 days into Leeuwarden. This French street theatre company have never been presented before. Friesland is brave to bring that company in. It's my own project. It's very difficult. It's very complex. But it's absolutely one not to miss.
Well, good luck then.
Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be awesome because I watched some videos. Like it's called The Huge Puppets.
Yeah, they don't like being called puppets. They're 12 meters high. I don't think you can call them puppets. The giants.
Yeah, giants. Yes. So maybe I can come also. Maybe I'm not sure, but I will try.
17th, 18th, 19th of August.
Okay.
Next year.
Thank you.
But then you also have initiatives like Claudia Woolgar's Farm of the World, which is regenerating a farm out in the countryside and looking at involving children from disadvantaged backgrounds in learning about growing, in learning about food, so that it can work. The project works, the program works at very many different levels in society.
Okay. And like we mentioned about the society, you said you have a motto called something Leppen Mienskip. So it's like open society, it means something like that. And what do you actually want to achieve with this motto, and how do you planning to make it into the life?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Mienskip and the journey towards open Mienskip. So you go from a community to an open community. That's the journey that we want to take through each of the projects throughout 2018, so that you look at society in Friesland as it is now, and through these projects you affect change, whether it's to do with energy, whether it's to do with sustainability, whether it's to do with production of food, whether it's to do with kids in disadvantaged areas. With a film project, Look at Me, beautiful film project where kids are at the centre of films. Through doing that, you're saying this is your society and we're transforming that society. We are having an impact on how societies work on a small scale, on a big scale, and making a change in Friesland as a whole. So it's a journey from a shared community, to a shared community, and it sits at the heart of every project.
So, and your projects also will help to realize this?
Yes, absolutely. It's about transformation. And if you look at any of these projects, be it the giants that I spoke about, or the fountains, or the Claudia Woolgar's garden and her small farm, it's about transformation. It's about affecting transformation in the landscape, putting the artist at the center, so that the artist is not peripheral to changing society, but at the center of changing society.
Okay then, and I will want to lastly, is there anything that you want to share with us more, like about cultural capital?
Well, I think the important thing to talk about very briefly is legacy. Any cultural capital tries to have a legacy. It tries to have something it leaves behind. We have a director of legacy. Legacy is really important. We talk about 2035. We want to affect a long-term change, have a long-term impact in terms of funding, both at the municipal and the province level, but also the participation of your average citizen in cultural projects, and a commitment going forward, a transformation of the society going forward. It's not about spending a huge amount of money next year and then forgetting all about it. That's a waste of money. We're future focused. And that legacy that we're looking at is underpinned and linked with the global goals, the 17 global goals, which are about education, clean water, eradication of poverty. So each of those projects are linked to a global goal. And if you look at the global goals, they have an international mandate. Nobody at any level can say trying to eradicate poverty isn't important.
So I think we can say it's just bigger than Leeuwarden, bigger than Friesland, bigger than Netherlands, right? Yes.
That's absolutely fantastic way to sum it up. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for being with us here. It was really nice to talk to you about, especially about the cultural capital. And I'm pretty sure Dutch and European people and the people around the world will love it, will come. And this is all for now, and there are still lots of things to talk, but like I said, this is all for now, and I'm your presenter Evram Baba, my friends Charlotte, Marilee and Desi behind the scenes, thanks to them for their help. So for next week, see you, and thank you for being with us. Whew. Thanks so much.
It's a pleasure. Hope you got what you wanted.
Yeah, I got